Outlander's Caitriona Balfe on the sensitive handling of sexual assault in the Season 5 finale. With July 28, the announcement date of this year's Emmy nominations, drawing near, Outlander stars Sam Heughan, Jamie Fraser, and Caitriona Balfe, Claire Fraser, and showrunner Matt B. Roberts got together virtually for an For Your Consideration event, hosted by Deadline, and a special conversation about the Season 5 finale episode, Never My Love. In the episode, Claire is kidnapped and brutally raped by a group of men from Brownsville before Jamie can come to her rescue. The trio discussed how special care was taken when crafting the story because of its sensitive story matter. They shared that they conducted research and formed a partnership with RAINN, Rape, Abuse and Incest National Network, to make sure they got it right. I think anytime you tackle the issue of sexual violence or rape, you want to do it the most responsible way that you possibly can, Balfe said during the panel about addressing such difficult subject matter. I know it's been something that we've always done on Outlander. Try to take a point of view and highlight something that can be somewhat helpful in terms of starting a conversation. The subject of rape was previously addressed on the series, back in Season 1 when it was Jamie who was raped by another man while in prison, which is a situation not often seen on television. It was addressed again in Season 4 when Brianna, Sophie Skelton, was assaulted by the pirate Stephen Bonnet, Ed Spielers. But Claire's rape had a special element to it with showrunner Roberts, including the idea of disassociation, where Claire would let her mind drift to an imaginary future while the assaults were taking place. We talked a lot with RAINN about how we could approach this, and also in terms of making sure that we had trigger warnings before the episode, Balfe continued. You never want to do something like this and not give people the opportunity to go into it with their eyes open and know what they're going to see. It's really important to all of us when we approach any kind of subject matter like this, that we do it in the most responsible way possible. Outlander, based on the novels by Diana Gabaldon, has never shied away from difficult subject matter, and it has been a learning experience for Balfe. She was so green when she took on the role of Claire that she had to learn how to hit her mark and what all the technical terms meant, but one of the most important tools she acquired was how not to take the really heavy subject matter home with her. There's always a certain amount of purging that you have to do, she said. I think the healthiest way to be able to do this job is to also be able to leave these things at the door when you leave. Using your own psyche and mining your own emotions to go to quite dark places, if you're not careful, you can do yourself psychological damage, she explained. So, when you do this job, it's important that you learn how to separate your own life and your life at work. Claire's kidnapping at the hands of Lionel Brown, Ned Dennehy, was the result of an earlier story point. Lionel sought out her assistance on a medical matter and, while in her surgery, discovered she was actually Dr. Rawlings, the doctor whose instructions on how to avoid a pregnancy had appeared in a newspaper, and caused his wife to keep him out of her bed 2 weeks out of each month. It's an interesting element of our show, where you have this person who has all of this foreknowledge of medical procedures from the future and gets to implement them, but yet has to constantly battle with how much she can show her hand because it's also so dangerous, Balfe said. And as we saw at the end of the season, it really costs her, but it's an element of the show I really enjoy.